Good day, everyone. So today we're going to talk about PHP decision making. In this particular topic, dito natin parang malalaman yung mga different types of making conditional statements. And then for the part of typecastings, dito naman pag-uusapan natin on how to manage or manipulate yung mga data type ng isang value. Okay? So those are the things that we're going to talk about today. So just stay tuned. Okay, so PHP Conditional Statements. Conditional statements are used to perform different actions based on different conditions. So in PHP, we have the following conditional statements. First, we have the if statement, wherein it will execute a block of code if a specified condition is true. Then the second one is the if else statement, executes a block of code if the specified condition is true. Otherwise, it will execute the else part of the code. Then we have the if else statement, wherein it will execute different codes for more than two conditions. Then the last one, we have the switch statement, wherein it will select one of many block of codes to be executed. Okay? So we have here yung mga comparison operators. So ginagamit natin to if we are making conditions, particularly sa mga if statements. Okay? So first we have the equal operator. So ito yung equal. So basically, the equal operator will returns true if x, for example, is equal to y, just like this one. So if the value of x and y are the same, therefore, it will return true. So yung conditions magiging true. So meron naman tayong ditong tatlong equal, which is called as identical. So this particular operator will returns true if x is equal to y and they are of the same data type. For example, meron tayong number dito, 1, and dito is also 1. So they are equal. But the question is, yung data type ba nila magkatulad? Kasi possible na yung x is a string of 1 while the y is an integer of 1. So if that's the case, magiging false yung statement natin. Okay? So the data type is also kino-consider if we are going to use yung tatlong equal, which is the identical operator. Okay? Then we also have the not equal operator. So there are two types. We have yung exclamation equal and yung less than and greater than na mga character. So they are considered as not equal. So basically, it will return true if the x is not equal to y. Okay, based on our example. Now, we also have yung sinasabing not identical. So, dito rin, we're going to compare, of course, yung value muna. And then, also check yung data type. Okay? So, basically, it will return true if the x is not equal to y and they are not of the same data type. Okay po. Then, we also have another is, of course, yung greater than operator and also yung less than. Meron din tayong greater than or equal to, and of course, the less than or equal to. Okay, so those are the different na mga comparison operator na pwede nating magamit in creating conditions for our if statements. Okay? Another operators that we can use is what we call the logical operators. So we have the AND, OR, SOR, and also meron tayong mga AND na special characters yung ginagamit, and of course the OR, which is a pipe characters, and then the NOT operator, which is the exclamation character. Now, for the AND operator, basically, ganito yung setup niya. So, yung conditions or your variable and another variable. Or we can have, katulad nito, conditions, first condition natin, and then the second condition. So, ano ba yung objective nito? So, yung true if both x and y are true. Or other meaning for that is parang ganito. If the condition 1 is true and the condition 2 is also true, then therefore, we can satisfy the condition. Which means you are requiring that both conditions should be true. Okay, if you are using the AND operator. But if you just want that either one of them will be true, then yung gagamitin po natin is yung OR operator. Okay, kahit isa lang sa nila yung mag-true, okay na. Okay, so OR yung gagamitin natin. Whether itong or itong OR, and for the AND naman, whether ito o di kaya ito. Oh, I mean, this one. Okay? So, just take note, guys. If meron kayong condition na kinakailangan, both of the conditions are true, then AND operator yung gagamitin natin. Pero, kung either one of them lang po, yung gagamitin po natin is the OR operator. Okay? Now, when it comes naman sa SOR operator, it will return true kahit isa sa kanila yung mag-true. Okay? As long as hindi sila both. Okay? Katulad dito, true if either x or y is true. Okay na. Basta hindi both. If ever, kasi maging true yung condition 1, maging true yung condition 2, then it still become false yung condition natin as a whole. It is because we use the operator na SOR. So, dapat either one of them lang po. Okay? Okay. So, dito naman tayo, jump tayo sa NOT operator. Which is exclamation mark lang po. So, result basically true if the x is not true. So, saan ba natin magamit yung NOT operator? Let's say, we have these conditions. And if ever, yung conditions na to is mag-true, if you want to invert the value, then you can use NOT operator. Okay? As simple as that. If you want to invert, let's say it is true and you want to make it false, then just use the NOT operator. And if ever naman yung isang false, gusto nyo pong maging true, then invert that one using the NOT operator. Okay? So that's how we can use ng logical operators na yan. Okay, so those are the different logical operators that we can use in creating mga conditional statement, lalo na if you have multiple conditions. Okay? So, we have here yung syntax ng if statement. So, if, then open close parenthesis. Sa loob niya yung condition natin. And then, of course, yung curly braces. Then, sa loob niyan, yung code na natin. Then, we can also do this, condition 1, and operator, and then the condition 2. Kundi kaya yung condition 1, or operator, and then the condition 2. Actually, pwede pa kayong maglagay ng ipangatlong condition, pang-apat, and so on. So, we have here yung sample code natin. So, x basically is equal to 1. So, we try to compare. Equal ba siya sa 1, yung x? So, basically, this statement is yes or true. Kaya, if you can notice, meron ako ditong echo statement to display yung variable x is equal to 1. Okay? So, kung makikita natin sa output, to sa browser part, meron tayong ganitong display of output. Variable x is equal to 1. Next is, ganito naman. Dalawa yung variable ko. And then, I created two conditions. So, the objective is, kinakailangan yung dalawang condition, gusto ko true. Gusto ko x is equals to 1 and y is equal to 2. So, therefore, I need to use yung AND operator. That's why, based on our output, variable x is equal to 1 and variable y is equal to 2. Okay po? So, this is the condition, this is the syntax naman for the if-else statement. Wherein, of course, meron pa rin tayong if statement dito, open close parenthesis, then the condition, then curly braces, and then of course, we have the else part. So, mangyayari dito, if this is true, it will fall to this part of the statement. Otherwise, kung maging false to, it will jump to the else part. Okay? So, doon natin ma-execute yung code na kinakailangan execute. So, we can also do yung multiple conditions within a single if statement. We can also do that. So, same process lang po. So, we have here yung sample natin. X is equals to 1. So, i-compare natin. Is x equals to 1? So, since true, we have this output variable x is equals to 1. Another example is this one. We try to change yung value ng x. So, ngayon, is x equals to 1? No. Kaya, kung makita natin, napupunta na yung statement dito and it will display that variable x is not equal to 1. Okay? Another example is this one. Of course, having two conditions. So, is x is equal to 1? Yes, true. And y is greater than 1? Yes, kasi 2 yung value ng y. Kaya, yung display natin is variable x is equal to 1 and variable y is greater than to 1. Merong error dito. But anyway, so yun po yung how we could manage yung if statement. Meron naman tayo ditong if, else statement. So, yung syntax po natin, halos the same with the others. The different lang is marami na yung conditions. So, if, first condition, then else if, else, false, then mayroon tayong condition that will try to check if ever ma-meet ba niya yung conditions. If ever hindi niya ma-meet yung conditions dito, then it will jump to another else if, try to check. Kung hindi pa na-meet, then mapupunta na tayo sa else. Okay? Ganun po yung syntax ng if, else statement. So, we have here yung sample code natin. So, yung y value, yung x natin is equals to 7. Now, let's try to compare. Is x equals to 5? No. Is x equals to, greater than 5? Yes. So, ito yung magdi-display. Once magkaroon ng true dito, it will not jump to the next part. Okay? Hindi na siya mapupunta dito kasi nagkaroon na ng true statement sa part dito. Okay? So, nested if statement. So, we can do this one naman. Sa if statement, merong laman pang if statement. Kahit 3 layers or 4 layers of nesting if statement, pwede po yung ganun. Be careful lang, baka malito tayo in the long run. So, I would suggest na every time you have this if statement, try to indent your codes para malaman natin yung boundary ng other if statements. Okay? Okay, ngayon naman pag-usapan natin yung switch statement. So this differs from the if statement na syntax. Kasi yung syntax niya ganito. Switch, and then open close parenthesis, the number or the value that we are about to compare. And then open curly braces, and then close here. Then meron tayong ditong case. Case, then yung value na i-compare natin sa n. Okay? Then code to be executed. And then don't forget the break statement kasi kung walang break statement, it will proceed to other case. So if true to, then execute the code here, then break. If not, it will proceed to the another case. Basahin niya, i-compare ng PHP yan. If hindi mag-match, jump na naman tayo sa third case. Ever pa rin hindi mag-match, mapupunta tayo sa default. Which is the default is the else part when it comes to if statement. So if ever wala pong mag-match sa first case, second case, third case, and so on na mga cases, then it will fall to the default part. Okay? So that's how case or switch statement works. So we have here yung sample natin. 3 yung x, value ng x. Then we try to compare it to our case statements. So basically, is case equals to 1? Oh, I mean is x equals to 1? No. Is 3 equals to 1? Oh, I mean is 3 equals to x? Basically, yes. So kaya nag-execute po yung statement natin dito na x is equal to 3. And then break the statement. Okay po? Okay, now let's talk about the type casting. This is where we could manage yung data type ng isang value. So the meaning of casting is taking a variable of one particular data type and converting it to another data type. So there are two types of casting. There are what we call implicit casting and the explicit casting. For the implicit casting, ito yung automatic na data type, which means si PHP po yung nagseset ng data type. Once we assign a value to a particular variable, if it is enclosed with a quotation, therefore, i-consider yan ni PHP na string. So if it is a whole number, gagawin niya yang integer. If it is, let's say, 1.0, then it will be considered as float. Okay, that is what we call implicit casting, automatic setting up of data type. Now, when it comes to explicit, this is manually done. Parang since merong automatic na pag-set ng data type, dito naman ifo-force natin yung data type na gusto natin in a particular value. So that is what we call explicit casting. So there are different kinds of cast. So if you want to cast a particular value to integer, ito po yung available na casting natin, yung int at saka yung integer. So it is yung open, close parenthesis, that is part of the casting. Okay? Then we have casting it to float. So we have this value, mga available cast. Then we also have casting it to boolean, yung bool at saka boolean. Casting it to string, we have the string. Casting it to array, we have this one, array. And then casting it to object, we also have the object. Okay? Okay, so we have here yung sample codes natin. So the x has a value of 5.35, which is the current data type basically is float. Okay? So dito, I use the bar dump built-in functions in PHP to check the value and the data type it holds. Okay? So, X is, first is the float. So, twist dito. So, float siya and yung value is 5.35. Now, dito, I try to cast it to integer, yung X. So, if titingnan natin dito, naging int siya and 5 na lang siya. Kasi yung integer is a whole number. Okay? And then, dito naman, I try to cast the X to string. So, kung check natin dito, walang nagbago sa result. Pero if you will notice, it is enclosed with quotation mark. Okay, so naging string na po siya. Okay, so that's how we could force a particular value to a specific data type na gusto natin. Kasi there are cases na dapat gawin natin yung ganun. Lalo na, for example, if there are calculation na mangyayari. Of course, you cannot calculate string plus string. We are going to calculate, for example, 1 plus 1, it should be a number. Hindi mga string. Okay? So that's how we can utilize yung casting. Okay po? Okay guys, so I hope you learned something new today regarding our topic, which is about the PHP conditional statements and also the typecasting. Okay? So that will be all. So thank you for watching, guys. Okay, so just like I always say, just keep practicing and never stop learning. Thank you for watching. Goodbye for now.